My wife was cheating with my dad, so I made her fall in love with a fake profile of me. He discovered the ultimate betrayal. Instead of confronting her, he created an online persona, her soulmate. Months of secrets, lies, and romantic. Confessions lead to one shocking reveal. She'd fallen for her own husband. All over again. She kissed my dad, and then came home to kiss me goodnight. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just watched Dot from the hallway. Half hidden behind the doorframe, I saw her hand touch his face like she used to touch mine. Soft, tender, like he was something precious. Then her lips followed. I remember thinking, so this is what betrayal looks like. No loud slaps. No dramatic music. Just two people who should have never even been alone together. Touching like it was normal. She walked in 15 minutes later, acting like nothing had happened. Gave me a tired smile. Said her spa appointment ran late. Then she leaned down and kissed me. I let her, because I already had a plan. It started 3 weeks before that night. Something had felt off. Her phone always flipped over. Her laughter came from a place I hadn't reached in months. She said, "Girls." Night a lot, but came home smelling like a man's cologne I didn't wear. I didn't want to accuse her without proof. So I waited, observed. Then one day I saw it. Her texts were syncing to our old tablet she'd forgotten it still had. Her iCloud logged in. And there it was. His name, my father's name. Text after text. Flirty, secretive, sexual. I remember my stomach turning so hard I had to sit down on the bathroom floor. My own dad. The man who used to teach me how to ride a bike. The man who gave a toast at our wedding. He was sending her shirtless pictures. But instead of blowing up, I did something worse. I created someone. He was charming, thoughtful, everything I used to be. Before she broke me, I made a fake profile. Different name. Stock photos. A made-up backstory that mirrored everything she once told me she wished I was. More emotional. More adventurous. More new. I slid into her inbox like a stranger. And to my surprise, she took the bait. Fast. She messaged back like she'd been waiting for him her whole life. Asterisk at first. I just wanted to test her. See how far she'd go. But what started as a trap became something darker. She opened up to him in ways she hadn't opened up to me in years. She said things like, "You make me feel seen. It's like you get me. You remind me of the man I used to love." That last one hit hard. Because I was that man. Or at least I had been. The more we talked, the more she craved this fake version of me. She'd wake up early just to text him. Go to bed with her phone under her pillow. She even sent a picture in lingerie, the same one she wore on our anniversary. 2 years ago, I felt sick, but I wasn't done. Made sure our conversations got deep, intimate, emotional. I mirrored her trauma, her dreams, her fantasies. Everything she wanted, I became. All while she sat beside me on the couch, texting him while pretending to watch Netflix. Sometimes she'd giggle at her phone and glance at me with disgust, like I was the boring husband who'd never understand her. She didn't know she was laughing at me, talking to me, falling for me. And every time she lied to my face about where she was going, I'd smile politely. Because she wasn't going to see him. My dad had started ghosting her. I made sure of it. I sent messages from my dad's phone to push her away, cold, distant ones. She didn't know he'd left town after I confronted him weeks ago. I told him I never wanted to see him again. He didn't even fight back. Coward. Soon, she started telling me how heartbroken she was. He used me. He never loved me. I was just a fling to him. And I comforted her, the fake me did. I told her she deserved someone who saw her pain and wanted to heal it. She said she was falling in love. She didn't know the man she was falling for was her husband, and I was about to show her just how well I knew her, and how well I knew how to break her. Asterisk, I decided the big reveal would happen on our anniversary dot. The irony felt too delicious to resist. She'd forgotten it. Of course. Too busy texting her soulmate to remember the man she actually married. But I hadn't forgotten. Not the date. Not the betrayal. Not a single lie. I made a dinner reservation for 2. I told her I had a business meeting. She barely blinked, just mumbled something about heading to the gym later. But I told her soulmate, the fake me, that I wanted to finally meet in person. She said yes, not right away. She sent a bunch of nervous texts asking what I'd think when I saw her. Would I still want her? I'm not the prettiest, she wrote. I have baggage, regrets. You might not like the real me. Oh, but I did. I knew the real her. Every dark corner. Every filthy secret. And I didn't want her at all. But she was about to learn who I really was. She walked into the restaurant, wearing the red dress I'd bought her 2 years ago. The one she used to say made her feel like a queen. She looked around nervously, scanning for a stranger. And then her eyes landed on me. I smiled. Her face froze. Her lips parted slightly, not in joy, not even in confusion, but pure terror. She took a shaky step forward. I stood up, pulled out the chair across from me. Surprised? I said, sit, let's talk. I want to meet the man you've been falling in love with. She didn't speak for a full minute. I could see it all crashing behind her eyes. Every message, every lie, every sick confession she thought was safe, because it wasn't me. You, she whispered, you catfished me? I shrugged. I gave you everything you said you wanted, and you gave yourself away. Asterisk, she started crying. Not soft, silent tears, ugly sobs, a kind that made people at other tables glance over, frown, whisper. She buried her face in her hands, like she could disappear behind her shame. Please, she said, please don't hate me. I sat still, calm, collected, dead inside. You slept with my father, I said. And when you weren't doing that, you were telling me, the fake me, how unhappy you were, how lonely you felt, how desperate you were to escape the man you married. She shook her head. It wasn't real. It was a mistake. Which part? I cut her off. Falling in love with a stranger? Or screwing my dad behind my back? Her lips trembled. She had no answer, because deep down she knew both were true. I stood up, dropped a small envelope on the table. She hesitated, picked it up. Inside, screenshots, printed out, every message, every photo, every fantasy she shared with the man she thought was her escape. She flipped through them, then froze. There, in bold letters on the last page, I know. I've always known. This is for the divorce, I said. I'll be out by the weekend. The house is mine. The car's in my name. You'll have nothing except those memories. She reached for me. I stepped back. You didn't just cheat, I said. You fell in love with who I used to be, and then destroyed who I am now. I walked out without looking back. And outside, for the first time in months, I breathed. Not with anger. Not with heartbreak. Not with freedom. Because she never really loved me. She loved the version of me that didn't know the truth. And now she wake up every day knowing the best love she ever felt was a lie. My lie. And I'll never let her forget it.